I almost yeeted myself off the side of that mountain at one point. That was...
Yeah, you would
to be fair,
you wouldn't have died.
That's an exaggeration.
Which is good.
I wouldn't, like, it was just like a really steep downhill part of the place with a bunch of wood.
You would have broken
hurt.
something if you had fallen.
Probably, yeah.
You probably would have lived.
But that's the way.
Unless,
that's the way to live,
the mountain
though.
claimed you too.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Neon Apes episode 31. It's actually been a while since we recorded. I know we've had stuff like go out, but we went on vacation to Colorado, so
It was very fun.
yeah. Also, my name's Holden, otherwise known as Time to Grind. I forgot about names. What are y'all's names?
I don't have a name. Don't refer to me ever. I'm Daniel, by the way, or not Daniel on the internet.
I'm Satir, also known as Matthew. Oh, it's just Sutter.
You okay? I'm not going to acknowledge it, but
A few things have happened since we last talked. You know, weather's a bit different. Yeah, birds seem to be
birdier. Yeah. You know, we got a new president of the United States.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know about that. No.
Yeah. So that was interesting as of recording this, because we record these like 1 or 2 days before they come out sometimes. But what was that? That was yesterday, right? As of recording this.
Yeah, that was the inauguration.
So it'll
day.
be 2 or 3 days. Man, like, say what you want. I mean, like, I don't want to go like crazy political, but I'm gonna just be glad to like not have the world ending every single day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, regardless, like, I just don't want the world to end every day.
I'm just happy we made it through yesterday without anything, well, any big things blowing up. I mean, there's like so many different things happening. I'm sure some kind of attack happened.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a truck in New York City or something?
I don't know. I haven't heard about that.
There's like a protest in somewhere in the Midwest. It was like one dude. It was so sad.
Wasn't that?
Why would you show? What would you
Why
say?
is that even a protest? It's just someone.
I mean, it was
having
someone
an episode.
protesting. Like, that was peaceful. He was like, "Yeah, like I thought there were gonna be more people. I drove 45 minutes out here." Like,
Did he?
Okay. This was. I think the one I was thinking of was a New York State one.
To be fair,
So I don't know.
Yeah, that.
But either way, yeah. Like, well, there was one person. He had like a Trump flag or whatever. But yeah, no, because the FBI was like saying that there were in every single state there was something being planned at all the capitals in every single state if Trump got removed early, and also they were saying most of them still said like even if nothing happens, if just Biden gets inaugurated.
I don't know what their end game was. There was no winning play for them there.
I know. I'm like, because that's the thing. It's like they had their time, and it's been way past the time to like. I'm just glad to be back. Or not like to be back to somewhat normal. And I'm hoping he kicks COVID ass a little bit.
As someone who harvests the chemicals inside the brains of toddlers in order to stay young forever, I am, doing pretty well currently. The new president and whatnot.
That's good. That's good. That's
10 years
important.
down the line, I'm going to be getting death threats over being part of the deep state of this podcast. I'm looking forward to it.
You heard it here first, folks. Dan is part of the deep state.
I am.
So, but what else is that? Yeah, we went to Colorado. We rented an Airbnb, and just the couple of us that we've been in contact with, we just went to like a semi-isolated mountain town in called Durango in Colorado, and that was so much fun.
Durango's decently big, but
it's like. It's not like Denver. It's not like
no, it's not
I
the capital of
consider
the
that
state,
like pretty small.
Yeah, I mean relative. Yeah,
Though I mean
guess,
we're all in Dallas,
I guess
so
compared to
our
Texas,
sense
probably.
of scale is kind of off.
Yeah, like, and so we just. There's so many things I want to talk about. Like I remember, so us three, we had it was like us three, my girlfriend Anna, that's been on this podcast before. I think that's. I don't think I'm missing it.
Jackson lives there.
And then our friend Jackson lives there, which we've been trying. There's an ambulance. I hope someone's okay. Probably a car accident, because that highway and the other highway, bad
There's
highways.
always a wreck.
Yeah.
I got caught in traffic for like an extra 15 minutes today.
The reason I leave
My
so
way up.
early now is because I don't even bother with the highway anymore. One, because I like listening to stuff anyway. And two, because I legit just don't want to deal with not only like traffic in a wreck, but also doing that when there's like that turning on both highways.
You need to be an aggressive driver to survive on some of these roads. They're so fucky because you have like maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds to get on your exit, and then all right, yeah, you missed it. You're gonna have to like go 2 extra miles and do a loop, and then try and take the same bullshit exit just on the other side of the highway.
Yeah, I've had people like swerve out of the HOV lane, like where I have to like go to the other lane because the dude has swerved out of the HOV lane, like driving over the
like over the plastic head things.
Like into my lane.
What the
So I have to like, I think the one time it happened, I had to slam on my brakes and also go a little bit into the other lane. So like, I'm glad there wasn't, I mean, dude, here in Texas, dude, highways in Texas.
75 is like the fucking Fury Road. All right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And it gets worse as you get closer to Dallas. Or like the center of Dallas.
I don't drive like throughout the country very much, like myself. But what I've noticed about like Texas is I think our roads, for the most part, are pretty, like, I like how we do like roads.
Yeah, I do too.
But the people here are insane. And
maybe our roads are too good.
And then what seems like places like more rural areas, like and more like rugged areas like Colorado or like Arkansas, the roads are a little stressful because it's mountainous, but like the people there are chill.
They're more careful about it.
Yeah.
I think part of that,
from what I noticed, is like both worsts to me. Because it's like a city that was made before cars were invented, and it's New York. Mm-hmm. And my first impression of that place, me and my family were going to Europe, and we had to make a stop there. We go out to find a taxi. One taxi hits the other. They both come out and yell at each other in a language I don't understand, which is, I guess, all languages.
That's a good first impression.
It was like, yep, this is New York. And then we got on a taxi cab, and that dude was amazing. He would like go on about just like random quizzes. He would just quiz us about like random state capitals. And like at one point, like afterwards, my dad was like, he was wrong on one of them. He was like, yeah, that's not the capital, like Wyoming. And
I should have called him out.
And then at one point he was like, do you know who the richest man in the world is? And then my brother was like, Bezos. And because at the time, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's Putin. What? And he starts going on about how like technically all the oligarchs in the country kind of work for him, so theoretically he has the biggest network. I'm like,
like technically, like
well, I'm like, I don't know, that's how that works. We're talking about net worth here, not
you
like,
could talk about like most powerful.
Yeah, like or theoretically, the president of the U.S. would be like the richest man in the world because he particularly.
Hey, we're all richer than the United States. The United States is in like how much debt? You got a single dollar. You're richer than the United States.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say, Dan?
I was just going to say that I think part of the reason why Texas drivers are so insane is because it's like a half an hour drive to get anywhere.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to go
true.
like 20 miles. I have to go like 25 minutes, I think 20 miles for work every single day. And I keep relatively chill. But like I can just tell it grates some people how long it takes to get places, and people speed like maniacs because of it. Yeah,
like it takes me like 30, 35 minutes on average, unless like 75 is being obnoxious. But my general rule of thumb is I'll go like, 5, 10, 15 miles over the speed limit in the left lane if the traffic permits. But I always try to leave like 3-4 seconds of space in between me and because we're going 80 miles an hour. If you stop, I don't want to have to stress out about rear-ending you. But people get so upset, they will like violently go to the right and then go in front of me like to save like half a second.
I understand if there's like no cars in front of you doing that.
Yeah.
But if there's just another car that you don't want to be tailgating, then like you're not doing anything by doing that. You're making a dangerous driving maneuver for no reason other than, I guess, maybe adding thrill to your life.
Hoping the next car in front of you is like a couple MPH is like faster.
Oh yeah. I remember this was like 5-6 years ago. Me and Corey, which has actually been on this podcast before, HDC, we went to Seattle to go to the Dota like 2 internationals like tournament. And so we were having to like Uber everywhere. And one of our Ubers like picked us up, and there's 3 of us at the time because I think Preston, one of our other friends, like we met up with him. And so I open up the front seat because like they two sit in the back seat. I open up the front seat. It's pushed way up front. So she's like, oh, sorry about that. So she pushes it back, and there's literally like 100 condoms like on the floor. Like they're packaged, they're not used, so it was a little better. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, tee," and like sweeps them under the thing. I'm like, okay. I keep in mind, I'm like 15, 16 at this point.
Where was they in the car locationally?
Like we were in Seattle.
But like in the car, where were they hidden? The condoms.
Like on the ground.
They
Like
were
on the
just
floor. Yeah, on the floor.
Clearly seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because what it was is the seat was pushed forward. So she had to push the seat backwards because I couldn't get in. And so when she pushed it forward, they were just all on it. Yeah. So she pushes them down. We get in. Okay. She keeps chatting us with us. She's like, oh, you guys like know where the good bars are here? And like Corey's like, we're like 16. And she's like, oh, well, like, tee, I can still tell you. And like Corey was like, I think we just kind of want to go like, you know, where the Uber
You're able to be allowed in.
And she like pulls the wrong way into a one-way street and is like almost getting in car accidents. And she's like, oh, I can't find your guys' spot. And Corey was like,
she was on some shit.
Probably. And Corey was like, oh, you can just drop us off right here. You can just drop us off. So she's like, are you guys sure? And we're like, yeah. So she drops us off. We walk like 30 minutes to like our Airbnb, but yeah, that was interesting.
That's a fucking experience. I haven't met anyone that weird during Uber yet, but
yeah,
I've been doing it, I guess, long enough.
Do you do just Uber Eats or do you do Uber?
Both.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can make more money that way.
That's what makes more money, Uber.
I'm assuming Uber Eats.
It really depends.
I mean, it was Uber.
Uber does normally, but sometimes Uber Eats does this thing where they'll give you more money if you complete like X number of trips. So like they'll have bonuses. Like this week they had one because of the whole inauguration. If you complete like 5 trips, you get 10 extra bucks. And on days like that, you can make more with Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's like a game.
Dude, you get like dailies and weeklies. And
my only one hesitation is like, it's not even that big of a deal, is like dealing with like people like me who live in a weird ass like place.
I can say that is a huge pain in the ass, and normally you can figure it out. Just like be aware while driving.
Just like call them, I guess.
That's why
they want their food. So
oh yeah, that's why I try to be nice, and I'm just like, meet me in front of the leasing office. I ain't even gonna like have you stress out.
Yeah, I try that all the time. I'm just like when I order, sometimes I'll be like, just leave it like in front of the elevator, like, you know, the door, place you can get, but you have to use the key card to get in, that one elevator. Mm-hmm. I just like leave it there and I can grab it from there. And they call me like, are you sure, man? Like,
all right. Having done Uber Eats, that would stress me the hell out because I'm like, is this the right elevator?
Because if you put it in the wrong one, like what you should say is you'll meet them there.
Yeah,
just
that's
put
why I
on
started
a mask.
doing.
Yeah, because at least they know.
The thing about Uber Eats specifically is they give you like 10 words to give the details to them, which is like, okay, can you make it like 15, 30?
Yeah,
like
I'm pretty sure you can do more. I've gotten like whole paragraphs of instructions. It might be in like the tagline or something.
Like, I'm trying to think of, is that something else then maybe?
Are you maybe like doing the special instructions for the restaurant?
It could be Pizza Hut that has that issue. Oh, no, I think it actually is Pizza Hut because...
Ordering food at Pizza Hut? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I like their wings.
Their pizza's ass.
I like their wings.
I'm a Domino's boy.
I like their wings.
That's my pizza.
I'm of the opinion that the only reason so many people eat pizza is because no one dislikes pizza, but I can say I certainly don't like it. I just feel neutral about pizza.
A good pizza? Like a good like pineapple pizza for me.
But when you're ordering pizza, the average pizza is average.
Yeah.
Like,
there's still good pizza.
I think I might be
there's good versions of like
pizza
everything.
Opinions for some reason. Because I love like thick ass stuffed crusts if I can. And like,
but
I
like
don't
there's
like pineapple.
Good thick pizza and there's bad thick pizza.
Yeah, that's fair.
In my opinion, Pizza Hut falls into the bad category because I feel like I'm eating straight grease.
Yeah, a little. Well, but I guess like to be fair, you're saying you like the wings, but why not go to a wing place? Like, do they have really good wings or something? Or
that's a good point.
Couldn't you just go to like a Wingstop or something? Or
I sometimes do Wingstop, but it's a little pricier.
Gotcha.
What was I gonna say? Oh, with pizza, I don't really care about like the main brands. I do agree, like going to like a nice like a not off brand, but like a
like an actual like restaurant.
Yeah, you'll get some pretty sweet pizza there, or like Mellow Mushroom would go there sometimes. But like all those like Domino's, Little Caesars, all those main branch ones, I don't give. I don't know why I whispered fuck. We're allowed to curse on
this. This is a Christian.
Fuck, ass, tit, bitch, fuck again. Yes, fuck.
Yes.
Okay,
fuck.
we're thoroughly demonetized, so don't worry. Say whatever you would like.
Actually, we're forced to be monetized because of our intro music, because we're allowed to use it. They're just going to copyright claim every single one, which we can't monetize the podcast, nor I think we'd probably get like a cent if we did. So, but yeah, so technically we're forced to have ads. So if you had an ad watching this on YouTube, it is not our fault.
Use ad blocker on our channel until we find new music. Then don't.
Or we spend the $60 for a lifetime license of it. But man, I guess going back to Colorado, we can just talk about some of the cool stuff we did in Colorado.
Yeah, we went hiking. I lost my water bottle on a mountain. Then we went back the next day and I lost my phone on the same mountain. And everyone had given up except for you. You went back in the car.
I did. So to be honest, yeah, no, I did concede. But to be fair, I like really like scratched up like one of my hands going down the hill once. And like, in addition to all the cold and everything, it was super cold because it was covered in snow, and it was like hurt so much. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go inside. And then like I was gonna go out after like I was cooled off, and then I just kind of got comfortable. I'm sorry, Danny.
Well, it was found, so all's well that ends well.
I did, but I also partially given like I looked where I thought. Like I gave like
where we were looking is where it was.
Yeah,
it ended up being. Yeah, like because Dan had kept like retracing his steps, but at one point he had slid down this like hill because it looked fun, and it probably was fun. So I was so sure it was somewhere there. So I just spent legit like an hour and a half like destroying all of this. I feel bad because we ruined that hill. Like in terms of the snow, like for anyone else,
it's like
Colorado,
no one else can use that hill. Get more.
But yeah,
that's true.
Give it a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was just like a foot. No, probably not a foot. It was like a half a foot just under the snow. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised it was still working with all the water and stuff. Like,
I mean, like it was just in snow, and it's not like the water was melting. It can get like moist.
That's fair. Yeah,
moist.
And we bought these like extremely cheap thin plastic sleds from Walmart that I think they said they held like 200 pounds, which I know me and Matthew are over that. They were just probably fine for you.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And we were like, screw it, we're not going to spend $30 for the actual good sleds. And so we destroyed those sleds like going down, because we didn't go down like nice sled or like nice like ramps. We hiked up a mountain and tried to sled down like the hiking trail.
And it was great.
It was. I got like a whole minute of sledding. Like I'm telling you, when we finally went down, I legit got a minute of, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like that's like a roller, like it's like a roller coaster
you're
type
on
thing.
it.
Yeah, like it was.
I almost yeeted myself off the side of that mountain at one point. That was.
Yeah, you would have.
To be fair,
you wouldn't have died.
That's an exaggeration.
Which is good.
I wouldn't like. It was just like I was really steep downhill part of the place with a bunch of wood.
You would have broken something if you had fallen. You probably would have lived.
But that's the way. That's the way to live.
The mountain
though.
claimed you too.
The reason I was so hesitant of like sledding that, like doing that around that area, because I was like, oh man, if I get injured, that's gonna ruin my whole vacation, isn't it? So I was like, I was like, all right, I'll do it. And at a point, I was like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to. I really want to enjoy this.
Yeah, that part was the only like when we were higher up where you almost fell off the side. That was probably the only part. Like once you got a little bit further down, there wasn't too much of that.
It was fine after that, but
our friend Jackson that lives up there that we visited, he's like the snowboarding, like skiing, like all this type of stuff. He said that the first day he went snowboarding, first like day of the season, like winter season, he fell and broke his ribs, and he just recovered and went back to snowboarding. Like that's just Jackson. Like,
I mean, yeah, these things happen.
That's why
you can't give up because of pain.
Yeah, and we a couple of us, like I know me, Caitlin, Dan and like a friend Jackson's girlfriend, we went zip lining. There was like this like zip line tour.
Oh, that was so much fun.
That was fun. Like it was like kind of like over some of the mountains and stuff. Or like hill. I guess it was on a mountain. Yeah. So
I'm happy I wore my, or like they made us wear the helmets on that, because like I had leaned up right at the end of the first one and my, like the top of the helmet nicked the brake on it. I was completely fine.
Yeah,
it was one of those things where if I was wearing a helmet, I would not have been fine. I would have been very not fine.
I mean, that would have like scraped all. That reminds me of the It's Always Sunny scene. I don't know if we've showed you this episode. No, have you seen the one where they go to the Jersey Shore?
Nah.
So they go to the Jersey Shore and and she's in braids and she's on one of those dreadlocks, yeah.
Basically.
Or whatever.
No,
I think it was braids.
It's braids. Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
she and it's one of those things where it's like they bring you up and then they like drop you down, and so her hair gets one of her braids gets stuck in the machine and then it falls, and it's like this. Oh, I don't want to.
Why would you describe that? That's not good content.
That's great content.
No, I hate this. I hate every second of it.
It's better than your Porking Across America.
Porking Across America is modern art, okay?
That was you brought it up.
Yeah.
That wasn't Daniel. That was you.
No, I know, but I'm bringing it up to shit on it.
Speaking of which, have you, the viewer at home, heard of Porking Across America? As we enter into a new year with a new president and new possibilities ahead of us, you should begin your new year watching Porking Across America. It is absolute art and you will not regret it. Go look it up. It is on the Onion YouTube channel. That is all I have to say on the matter.
By the way, for anyone watching or listening, we should just like pay someone to just scrub through all of the episodes, because like we could do it. It would take so much time. I want someone to scrub through all of the episodes and just like edit together all of the Porking Across America like
every
references.
last mention. As we like one year or one day, we should just release an episode that's all shilling of Porking Across America until people get the point and watch it. It only has like 200,000 views and it needs over 1 million easily. That's what it deserves.
Yeah, but it's like 200,000 per episode, right?
That's decently popular.
Yeah, but
so it's like a combined.
It's
like,
decently popular, but not popular enough.
You're saying it should be more.
Absolutely.
I think I don't want to say it should be less because I do appreciate it, but I don't think it needs to be more. I think it is a good.
I loved it when I finally watched it.
I don't know why I hate it. I know why I hate it. I don't actually hate it. I
watched it over the vacation, by the way.
Yeah, he ruined the Colorado vacation by showing them all.
Yeah, Anna and I were watching Onion clips, and then I guess Porking Across America got brought up, and Matthew was like, "Oh, I haven't seen that," and that had never come up before somehow. In spite of how much I shill that. Anyways, yeah, we just watched it, and your thoughts?
It wasn't nearly, I thought it was going to be like really, really well acted, like super serious, like the scenes actually happening, going down. Like the way you guys were describing it was like, it was supposed to be like watching, what was that movie called? Grave of the Fireflies or something.
You had two extremely extreme views. You have Daniel that loves it so much, he was shilling it every episode. Then you had me that was like hating on it. No, it's funny. I mean, it's entertaining.
If you like dark humor, you'll like it.
Yeah,
and I love dark humor, so I love it.
I just think it should be liked. I don't think it should be loved.
I think every man, woman, and child across the world should view it. Actually, I won't be happy until it has over 7 billion unique views. I cannot stop and will not stop.
That's something. That's something. I'm at a loss for words. I'm trying to think what else we did in Colorado while we're bragging about our. Dude, I needed that, honestly. That was such a great way to like start the new year, and I'm glad we went to like an isolated thing and just did a lot of nature stuff. So like we didn't go to like any parties or anything.
Anything like video game, movie announced in between the last time we
talked? Well, they announced a Willy Wonka prequel. So it's going to be like the origin story of Willy Wonka. And I'm lit. That's going to be lit. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be lit, but I'm excited for it.
Have we talked about the Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel?
I think we have.
Okay.
Yeah, they're making
My
one of
initial
those.
reaction to any sequel is just pure anger at the fact that Hollywood is dragging out the emaciated corpses of the early 2000s now.
They're making a Matrix 4. Also, I'm a bad podcast host, and I have my phone on.
Well, you ruined it. We have to
I know
start
I
over
ruined
now.
it. Start over. Okay. This is
All right.
this is actually the 4th take we've
This
taken
is the
today.
lost episode.
It is.
I keep forgetting.
1 a.m.
I somehow, even though I go to reach in to turn off my ringer, it just somehow keeps like going off.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I have 4 phones on me.
Yeah, I got my personal phone. I got my work phone.
I got my 2 burners.
I got my burner phones. I got my
Oh, your burner
BlackBerry.
burners for when you use up your burners, so you have more burners.
yeah. I have my what were those Microsoft phones called? Like when they were trying to compete with like Apple and Android, and it was like Windows 8 on a phone.
It's called a Windows Phone. I'm pretty. I was like,
Dude, I remember Tyler, like one of our people we knew in high school, Tyler, he had one, and those things were indestructible, dude. I mean, without a case, you could just like chuck it at cement and like it would be fine. I don't know how they do that. So
Probably by like actually giving a shit about the design. I hate Apple so much, not just from a business standpoint, but also just from like how their products like work standpoint. And by the way, I have an iPhone, so I have a qualified opinion here. Apple is shit.
but that also means like if you hate Apple, get an Android. No, but I know you like it's been like passed down.
It's been, yes.
Which honestly that's good. Like if someone's gonna
is the
buy an
best
iPhone
price.
and pay that much money, you might as well get use out of it, I guess. I don't know.
my hot take about Android is that they're only better because they're like 1 step behind all the shitty things that Apple does. It seems when it comes to their phone. Like,
But
it was like everyone shat on Apple when they did the no plug-in thing, but then didn't Android start doing that with their phones?
So okay,
But the thing is, that
when
Android
you
actually
talk
have variety.
Yeah, when you talk about Android, that just means the operating system, because like there's a million different. But you're right though. Like I shat on iPhone for doing that, and then I bought my Android phone. I bought like a really nice. I have like a OnePlus phone because I'm dumb and played this mobile game called Brawl Stars, and I wanted to play it in 90 hertz. So it had like a 90 hertz.
You're such
like
a gamer that you literally went and got a gaming phone.
yeah, dude, and it's amazing. And
Gaming
also,
phones are a thing.
browsing Reddit at 90 FPS is objectively better than browsing Reddit at 30 FPS.
yeah,
What a
the
Reddit moment.
The pixels of my text go so much smoother.
But they do though. It's not like when you if you ever get like
I will never understand this
dude,
part about you, Holden.
I have 2 monitors, okay, for my computer. One of them is a 60 FPS normal shitty monitor, and the other one is a nice 144 hertz monitor. I will drag my mouse like on the stupid 60 FPS monitor, and then as soon as it goes to the other monitor, it looks like 4 times smoother. And then like you bring it back, and it looks sluggish. Dude, I'm telling you.
You know a fun fact?
What?
I'm still using the same monitor that like I'm pretty sure my family used. It was the family.
Is it at least 1920 by 1080?
I think so.
Hey,
You're just on a 4x3 like monitor.
You've seen my PC at this point.
No,
You
it's
know how
probably
big
HD.
it is.
I don't. Yeah.
It's definitely HD. It's just not like probably I could have more.
30 FPS. Come on, say something to scare him.
You're.
Oh,
You know, 720p is no longer considered HD. I think, at least by YouTube.
I'm fine with that. Like I am finally understanding. Like I am noticing FPS now at this age.
Now that you have a good computer, too.
Yeah, but like I never get behind like, oh sweet new cool PC. All right, lower all the graphics still because I just want the maximum FPS.
Okay. Well,
I have
I mean, that's
distinct
fair.
memories of playing Arma and DayZ at like 15 FPS, and damn it, I was happy with it. I got those 15 frames and I used every single one.
and I remember you tried to get us to play Arma with you, and like I had my pretty good computer back then, and I wasn't recording or anything, and I was getting like 30 FPS, and I was just like,
No, because you have to deal with it.
But like, it's an FPS game. So like, of all genres of video games,
Arma is
FPS
not
30 FPS is still
a-
fine though.
you.
Okay,
I
for this
it
thing,
is
I guarantee you
playable.
all those like fucking army LARPer people probably have like the same PC Daniel has. So I don't think they're going to be much of an advantage over you.
Oh no, there are definitely people that are running Arma like well with like supercomputers.
Like a lot of them.
No, I agree. Arma's just a terribly optimized game. Plus, it's big. I do get that.
It's really big and also really detail oriented.
I don't think it's a shooter that's really based on like reflexes, like around the corner. It's more just like you try to nail a guy like 100 meters away, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if you have like really good reflexes or really good aim if you get like blown up from, you know, several kilometers away or like outmaneuvered or whatever.
But just because like that doesn't give you like the craziest competitive advantage, it can still look vomit inducing. And it
30 FPS is vomit inducing.
30 FPS in an FPS game.
30.
Yeah.
To be fair, that is now kind of like a bad standard. Like now, it really is. It used to be for a lot of PC gamers, but like when we were growing up.
Because it used to be like, oh, PC was 60, console was 30. Now PC, like the normal, I mean, people still, like a lot of PC gamers have 140. I mean, even some console games are going up to 140 FPS now. Like I think the new consoles can, like they have like 144 hertz. Or
as you get exposed to greater and greater FPS, eventually you'll surpass reality. The fleshy world around you will look slow, sluggish, and disgusting. You won't know and won't have anywhere else to turn. So you're going to go further and further into the cyber hole you've dug yourself in. Your greed for FPS will be your downfall.
I do kind of rail on you. I get it. You are like a Call of Duty like player, like, not just Call of Duty, but like CS:GO and all that.
And like arena shooters and stuff.
Like the different games I play and what I want is just different. But I just
like when I'm playing like a platformer or like any of my roguelites, dude, most of those run at 60. Like I don't care. It's just when you are controlling a camera in a first person perspective.
You know what's annoying is I went on my way to go with like I think high graphics for Cyberpunk because I did want to experience that game at a decent graphics. But with how glitchy the game is naturally, it like all the textures like take so long to load until I run into them anyway. It feels like it doesn't matter anyway.
What FPS were you getting when you were running everything on high?
60 still. But I think to be fair, I guess that might be my
and you don't have a
monitor.
A monitor, yeah, that's the thing. Like all these console players, they're like, oh, like hell yeah, like my console can go to 144 hertz monitors, and most of these people don't have 144 hertz TVs, so like it doesn't actually. I mean, like it does make things like a little bit smoother, but you can't actually like see the 144 hertz.
Bougie scum.
But this technology is not even expensive anymore. Like
I'm poor.
Like when you. Like the people, I'm still not on the 4K train. Like that's the thing. Like I only care about performance. I will run games where they look like a literal potato, as long as I get like my standard's 144. So whatever the highest I can run things at 144 while also recording.
What Daniel said, we're talking about two people right now. Where what like as someone who, if like some burglar came in just to smash my computer, I'd be out of computer for a while without my laptop. And that's literally what like Daniel has to deal with right now.
You've been like editing videos, like
I've been editing videos on my laptop, and it is so fucking torturous because I've got like 8 gigs of RAM. I think that's is that right? Is it a gig?
Yeah, gigabyte. I think, or maybe I don't know.
And like I think an i5 processor, but like kind of a lower end one, and everything about
and an integrated graphics card.
How much is like 144? Hertz. Was that a big one?
144 hertz monitor?
Is that like a really good one or like?
That's what I have.
That's
I just
a
have
good
144. One. Yeah. Say 144.
How much is it?
At that point, like if you were to just get like a 1920 by 1080, like just a normal HD, it'd be like $100, $80, $90. I don't know. Okay. I mean, like, it's a purchase.
It's money, but yeah.
But it's like the technology, what a lot of people now are crazy about is like they're wanting 4K 144, which I mean, it looks nice, but for me, I'm recording the footage. Like every game I play, I'm recording it for my YouTube stuff. So I can't. That just kills my FPS.
For like a millisecond, I was like, I want to see what happens when I turn ray tracing on, and my game was like, nope, you do not want to do this. I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't want to do this.
The computer you could hear it like dying on the inside.
No, it was just like really like it was like 5 frames a second. That was about it. Oh. It wasn't like dying, but it was just like
you need to, especially. I'm surprised. Did you even install the graphics driver for Cyberpunk?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, no, I made sure to.
You just were telling us off air that you didn't have your drivers up to
that was for Black Ops, and that was like
No, but if you have done the Cyberpunk one, like that was the most recent driver.
Okay, so then I don't know what's
You don't
going on
do
with
different
Black Ops.
drivers for different games.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
this is the difference between me and you. I've been a PC gamer for like almost as long as you have, but like I'm like leagues behind on this like IT shit.
I was a PC gamer before either of y'all, and now I don't even have a PC that can run like the games I got a good PC for, which is like Arma, Squad, and DayZ, because I fucking love slow and methodical games like that.
So are
It's
you
depressing.
like, dude, I'm trying to
I
think.
can't afford it because I spend all my money on alcohol to forget the fact that I don't have a sick gamer PC with LEDs.
That's been the good thing. I've had to be on pain medicine for carpal tunnel because
Opioids.
surprise,
Those help you
surprise.
forget too.
Yeah, because like surprise, surprise, when you work 40 hours a week doing computer shit, and then you go home and play 20 hours of video games, and then
For a YouTube
30
channel.
hours a week on YouTube, your poor wrist kind of dies. So
Yeah,
I've been on pain meds.
I get stressed when I like am typing like more than like 3 paragraphs at a time, and I'm like, ooh, my hands are getting a little tingly.
Dude,
I gotta
here's the stretches, okay? You shake like this,
Like this?
like
Jazz
you're
hands?
trying to get water off.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then
This is
you
jazz
do,
hands.
you do this spider thing, like, yeah, just do that. But like go in. Yeah.
To transcribe for the audio-only viewers, Holden is currently placing the tips of his fingers.
Are you sure you're not just showing me like how Starfist
and
is
he
made or
is
something?
putting
No, this
his
is literally
palms
like a
together
stretch to
and
help.
then
Okay.
bringing them back out.
I can see that.
And then
So
you
this
the other thing
stretches
is
all
you
of
like
the
extend
fingers.
your arm and like pull back the fingers.
Holden is
like this.
now
Hey, hold on.
I can't
No,
transcribe
I was
that,
gonna pop my
sorry.
knuckles on the mic.
I can pop my knuckles just
Oh, I
like
can't
this.
do that.
Just doing that.
That's awesome.
They kind of hurt after I
Luffy
do that
in
though.
One Piece did that once where he like cracks his knuckles just on one hand. I'm like, you can do that? Can people do that? I didn't know people could do that.
Ugh.
It's weird.
I don't like doing it though. But
That's
I
one
do
thing
it.
I can talk about is over the winter break, chapter 1000 of One Piece came out.
And just all porn.
They weren't
No.
already past chapter 1000?
No, they hit it in early 2021. It was going to be in 2020, but he got sick at some point, not because of coronavirus. So they're like, we'll just move it to 2021. And everyone's like, you know what? 2020 doesn't even deserve chapter 1000. It was pretty worth it. I'm going to be honest. That was a good chapter.
It's a good chapter. That's good.
Kind of had to be.
Hey, what was I? I'm trying to, dude. Oh yeah, so we're showing me and Caitlin, excuse me, are showing our roommate Bora, who's been on the podcast several times. My Hero Academia, because that is my number one anime of all time. It's also Caitlin's number one anime. And we were in the tournament arc. For any of you guys that listen or watch, probably just sounding like weebs, talking about tournament arcs in anime. But like, there was an episode like in that arc that is so emotional. Like the entire episode, I was crying my eyes out. Like, dude, I'm a little like
Watch
bitch when
Is
it
it-
comes.
is it-
Attack on Titan.
I've seen like I've seen like 3 seasons until
so good.
3.5 seasons.
I
think
can't
you did-
explain to all the people who stop watching after the first 2 seasons because they're like, oh man, it's just going to be people suffering and getting eaten by Titan.
That's what I like.
or by
Though. I like the
Titans.
show for that. Like, because I
Why haven't
literally
you watched more?
well, because we were watching it and they got to like the halfway part of the new season and they all just shat on it and didn't want to watch anymore. So I just didn't watch anymore.
No, Corey liked it. I'm pretty sure. We didn't. I thought you didn't like it.
No, I was like okay with it. You guys were shitting on it, and then like
Corey-
the break happened.
Corey was the one that made me watch the second half.
No, but I'm saying later,
Yeah.
like you guys stopped doing it, and then like way later, you guys apparently.
Yeah,
watched
okay,
it, I
that is
think.
fair.
All right,
And-
just whatever your opinion on the previous seasons are, the new season's coming out, and like, good lord, the entire show is quality as hell, and it just keeps on getting better each and every season. It's actually insane.
It is pretty good, but like I think I really need to get into the main characters to get me sold on a show, and like the 3 main characters, like the 3 kids, I just could not vibe with.
Well, they're
From the
certainly
beginning.
not who you're following most of the plot,
Yeah, no,
but they do come back and they do change and develop.
yeah, no, I like the second half of the 3rd season, but like I don't know. Yeah, I might watch this chunk. I've just never been too much of an Attack on Titan fan.
I've speaking of like anime. This isn't an anime, but I'm like halfway of the last season of Castlevania, that was a good recommendation, Daniel. Castlevania
Just
is
like Attack on Titan.
pretty solid. I will say though,
And the 1997 Berserk, not the 2016 one.
yeah, no, I've heard that, but I will say season 3 of Attack on Titan, or not Attack on Titan, Castlevania is still good, still really good, still like
Not as
it.
good as the first
But I
two
will
I've heard
say, after the finale of season 2, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it, hot take, I don't think it's as good as season 2, but I have not finished season 3, so I can't say.
I kind of figured as like I don't want to spoil it.
I was just surprised it happened that early. Like what happened in season 2?
Yeah.
I was surprised that happened way earlier than I was thinking.
But I'm glad they didn't drag that out too much. But
I think it really depends on what they do in season 4. Because like if they use season 3 as like setup for it, then I think they can do really good things with it.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it with season also.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I mean because my old hobby, or like when I go home, you know, I work on YouTube videos, I play games on PC, and then like my guilty pleasure was good old Brawl Stars, talking about my mobile game. I need to make a YouTube video on that. Like I've played like 300
video.
You have not made a video on Brawl Stars, you motherfucker.
because it's a mobile. Like I mean, like
I have more hours than that.
I will lose my gamer cred. I will lose my gamer cred.
It's already out in the open. You've been outed
Brawl
as
Stars
a
all
Brawl
the time.
Star.
I have talked about it before.
Brawl
I need to
Stars
make
person.
a single video of just like Brawl Star, like, you know, my guilty pleasure. But either way, I can't do that anymore as much.
Oh.
Because my wrists are dying, and mobile games are cancer for your hands.
Rand, can I bring up one more point?
Yeah.
Anime that we watched. I finally finished part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
All right. Context real quick. When it first came out, he would just randomly start singing the Fighting Gold opening. It's a good opening, but it bothers me that you would sing it and you hadn't finished the
To be
series.
fair, at that point, I watched most of the part where that OP was on. I just never got to the second half where the second OP came in. But yeah, I don't know why with JoJo specifically. It's always like on for like a couple weeks, and then something happens, and I go, and then like I just go off like several months, and I go back on it. It's a very bite-sized anime. Like literally, like after like part 2. Every episode's like every couple episodes like its own thing. So you just watch that, and then like the next thing happens, and there's just another fight. And so like I never feel like I'm missing too much.
Yeah,
unlike most
it's not
other
like you
shows.
forget like some crucial plot that ruins it.
Yeah.
That's like me and Caitlin.
So Rocky probably forgot anyways.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's not like Rocky himself is.
Me and Caitlin need to get back to 4. We were in the middle of 4.
I was same thing with part 4 with me, by the way.
The middle of that season is just
really
what the hell happened? I don't understand.
Rocky really didn't know what he was doing in the middle of that. I don't know what actually it was, but it feels like he didn't know who the villain was supposed to be up until halfway through the season. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it is.
I would absolutely believe it if that's what I was, told.
But I need to power through it. So, but yeah, it has been fun because like we said, we haven't actually. We have lied to you guys. We haven't filmed anything in like a month. I think I said it at the beginning, but yeah, because we went on the Colorado vacation, so we wanted to make sure that there was stuff going on, which was funny because we filmed the last episode that came out. We filmed that in December, and the day it came out, I think was like the day or two after like the riot on the like White House. So like I feel like it might have been obvious, like, because we talked about politics a little bit ago.
People would have.
A literal coup almost happened, and like we just didn't talk about it in that episode because that was filmed like a month before. So
only a tiny bit. It's fine.
But
we should have not released this until 2022.
That reminds me of Mr. Beast. He made a video when he was like, I don't know, first starting out his YouTube channel when he was like in high school. And he said, I'm uploading this and I'm not going to release it for like 10 years or so, not 10 or maybe 5 years. I don't know. But he made it. And then like Mr. Beast became like one of the most popular YouTubers ever. And then that came out, I don't know. It was cool because it was like his like wishes of what he wanted for his YouTube channel. And he's like, I really hope I have like 1 million subscribers. And the dude's sitting at like 55 million like subscribers.
Mr. Beast is insane.
Dude, but he's awesome in terms of like, I don't watch his content, but like he just does a lot of good for the community. Like he donates like a lot to charity, like the whole Team Tree stuff and everything like that. But
out of all those like super blowing up YouTubers, like
Seems very humble. Yeah.
He's one of those guys that when I saw him coming out, he was just like, okay, he's just one of those meme guys that does ridiculous stuff. I'm like, holy shit, okay, but he just took it to such a degree that it was actually memeable.
Like, and it's weird. It's not like a flex thing. Like you could easily turn that into a flex thing. Like, oh, I have all this money. Look what I have. But instead it's, oh, I have all this money. Look what I can do for the meme or for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but then again, coming from someone who doesn't watch his content, so he might flex. I don't know.
I hardly know who y'all are talking about. I've heard something about trees.
Do you know who Mr. Beast is? Oh.
No.
He's like a really big YouTuber, and
I live under the internet equivalent.
He does all these things where like he'll get all his friends, he'll like buy like a Lamborghini or something, and then like everyone puts their hands on it. It's like the last person to take his hands off of it gets the car.
Oh, Holden, let's do that content.
Yeah.
You can buy that, right?
Yeah.
Use your YouTuber money.
Actually buy a Lamborghini. but okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. And also, I know this episode in particular, I probably wasn't the best at describing things for audio, but we have been getting a lot more people listening to the podcast. So if you are listening to our sexy voices, I appreciate it. And also, if you are one of the people that listen to our stuff, we post like micro content on our YouTube channel as well. So even if you listen to the main, episodes, I don't know, there might be some value to YouTube, but thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.